Hey, how about this? An Annapolis museum is getting a much-needed facelift and renovation thanks to a national grant to help preserve artifacts.
Yeah, $50,000 is actually headed to the Banneker-Douglass Museum. And WMAR-TV News' Skylar Henry toured the exhibits to see how the money will help keep art for future generations.
Now, if you talk to those inside the museum, they'll say they have dozens of pieces of artwork that aren't being properly stored. Now, with this $50,000 grant, they'll be able to do just that and preserve timeless pieces.
On the surface, the Banneker-Douglass Museum operates like any other. Pieces are everywhere, highlighting and showcasing African-American artifacts. But it's behind this door that has staffers concerned.
Some of it is just laid on tables. Unfortunately, some things are on the ground, so there's little to no preservation. So thinking about preservation, 50 years from now, these objects might not be at a point where they can be seen by the next generation.
Shalisa Howard is the curator here at the museum. It's the stacks of art, statues, and sculptures that has her ready for a change. And it's coming in the form of $50,000.
Receiving this grant has allowed us to develop storage for our fine arts and African arts collection.
The Institute of Museum and Library Services awarded the library with that grant, one of 14 in the entire country. An honor and a call to preserve African-American art in Maryland, says Chanel Compton, the museum's executive director.
The space is going to afford us the opportunity where we can have visiting scholars and curators come and visit and actually utilize our collection storage facility, because it'll be an actual professional space.
The space will have climate-controlled rooms and shelving for the smaller objects, whatever is needed to keep the museum's past, present, and future intact.
We might not be on the same funding level as like the National Museum or even the Reginald Lewis Museum, but it shows that when it comes to museum practice, we have a professional staff, we have a commission, we have an agency and a body of people that's dedicated to do the work.
The museum says they hope to have most of the renovations completed by next year. That's 2020. They say once that happens, they'll be able to store even more art here inside the museum. Reporting here in Annapolis, I'm Skylar Henry, WMAR 2 News.